Hey there everybody, this is Lee with Creative Two-Time Mom, and this video is going to be February homeschool favorites. So this video is going to be our February homeschool favorites. This is an open collaboration that's hosted by Abby at FullTimeWifeLife, and I will link her video down below so you can check it out, plus all the other contributors to this collaboration. We love being a part of the homeschool favorites videos, so let's get started for February. So the first thing I want to share with you is a book that I linked in January's bookmarks over at Creative Two-Time Mom, and it is a book called The War That Saved My Life. Now, I initially saw this book at Barnes & Noble, and I thought about my daughter because she loves historical fiction. World War II is not something that we've studied so far, but I figured she would really enjoy the story. She kind of looked at it and went, she didn't know a lot about World War II, so she wasn't really interested. But I thought, well, I'm going to pick it up and review it for our curriculum for when we get into that part of history. I couldn't put it down. I really couldn't put it down. It is written at a 4th grade level, but it is a story which will capture any audience, and it reads quickly because it's written at a 4th grade level. It's the story of Ada and her brother Jamie. Ada is born with a club foot, and her mother keeps her as a shut-in. She's emotionally abused. And it doesn't go into a lot of detail about that. In fact, I think a 4th grader probably would not recognize that situation right away. But then the war starts to come to London, and all the children are being evacuated. Now, her brother Jamie goes to public school, and he comes home with the news that the kids are all being sent to the countryside. So she and Jamie leave early in the morning. They get on the train with the other school kids. Nobody knows they're there until they end up in the country and they need a family. And so they're placed with a woman named Susan. Now, Susan has lost her best friend who died tragically, and she doesn't really want the kids at first, but she takes them in, and a lot of the story is about how Susan and Ada are almost healing each other's scars. They needed each other. Susan needed somebody to take care of. Ada really needed somebody to take care of her. And so it goes throughout their relationship, but it also talks about World War II and how the bombings affected that area. They find spies on the beach. They hear all these rumors of, it talks about the ration cards and how they have to build a bunker just in case there's bombing. And then just as it seems that they are healing each other's emotional wounds, Ada's mother shows up in the story, and her and Jamie have to decide what they're going to do. Are they going to stay with Susan, or are they going to go home with their mom? So in a lot of ways, the war is very symbolic of an internal war, and the healing is both metaphorical and in actuality what actually happens to her and how she is healed through this turn of events. So really, really good. This was by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. Cannot recommend it highly enough. This is going in our World War II curriculum for sure. The other book that I have to share with you is called Pass the Energy, Please. And this is by Barbara Shaw. I picked it up thinking it was going to focus more on the energy of the sun, where it actually focuses on the energy of the food chain. So I got a lot more out of this than I expected. It goes through several food chains. It's written in a rhyming scheme. And it talks about how it initially starts from the sun, but that it carries the energy on down the food chain. So this was a really good one. I wish I would have seen this when we did food chains last fall, because it's just a lot of fun. Like I said, it's written in a rhyme poetry form. So that's a good book if you can pick it up from your library or even pick it up to have on hand. This is one I wouldn't mind owning. Another thing that we are working on, and I wish I had a better example to show you, I found some printables. We are reading through Alice in Wonderland for our 4th grade language arts currently, and I found some incredible printables that somebody put online for free. They're written for about 3rd through 5th grade, all the questions and answer keys plus activities. I will link those down below because I was completely blown away by the amount of information that's there. Plus, they also went through and included every chapter. So all the printables are broke up by the 12 chapters of the book. The author included the section, that chapter, plus a bunch of comprehension questions for every chapter, plus activities for every chapter, plus the answer keys. So this is the one that we did today. My daughter's been keeping them in a folder that I cannot find currently, but today's lesson was on figurative language. This was another thing, I believe this is chapter 9, and the author of the printable actually went through and pulled out excerpts of each of these, of examples of each of these. So you have proverb, personification, onomatopoeia, simile, alliteration, adage, hyperbole, repetition, metaphor, idiom, all of these plus quotes to go with them. That phone ringing in the background, the library was calling to say I have more books on hold. I don't think I need more books. So I will link those printables down below. I was super impressed because all the work has been done for you. To the extent, like I said, that there is quotes that have already been pulled out of the book to illustrate each of these. That's awesome, because that means I don't have to go back and find quotes for each of these. We've been going over that today, and it's a great review. Some of these we've done before, so it's a great review for those, and some of them we haven't done at all, like proverbs and idioms. This was excellent for me to review. So I'm really, really happy with this printable, and I will leave a link down below to where I found it. Another thing, both of these next two items come from the Dollar Tree. You guys know I love my Dollar Tree. This one is an addition book, and this is actually by The Clever Factory. I found this at the Dollar Tree. It is 60 pages. It's really thick. I don't know if that's going to come through on camera or not, but I was very impressed with how much is here. Of course, answer key in the back. We are using this as a supplement to what my son is doing in first grade, and we are actually using this as quote-unquote homework every night. He does 2 pages of math. It's pretty simple. It's just simple addition, straightforward, 6 plus 3, 8 plus 5. I believe it goes up to 20. We haven't quite got that far yet. But this is great reinforcement. Plus, you can see the pictures are all nice and colorful. They have illustrations to help the kids figure out what they're adding. The little boxes for the answers are colorful. There's counting like 30 plus 30, so you're doing doubles. There's little characters. This is just a lot of fun. He's enjoying it. Plus, it's making him a lot faster on his addition, which is really what I wanted this for. He can add, but we're trying to get those concepts a lot quicker, just so that he's able to move on to the next step. And the last thing, this is just for fun, I found these at the Dollar Tree as well. These are called Funny Fillins by National Geographic Kids. They are kind of the generic version of a Mad Lib. They're not nearly as thick. They really are just worth $1, but they're fun, and it's a great way to review things like verbs ending in ing, nouns, loud noises, and of course then we can talk about onomatopoeia, adjectives, articles of clothing, what are some of the others? Adverbs ending in ly. So these have been a lot of my fun. We took these on a road trip that we did recently, and the kids didn't even realize they were learning, but we were reviewing all the parts of speech plus some literary devices through just having fun in the car. So I like to keep these in their backpacks if we're going to do a road trip, or I will stick them in their Easter baskets. If I can find some others, that would be something I would do with them. These are just fun. If you see them, pick them up. They're a great review. So that's our items for our February homeschool favorites. Leave me a comment down below some of your current homeschool favorites. Or if you get a chance to make a video like this and link it up to Full-Time Wife Life's collaboration, leave me a link below to that video as well. I'd love to come check it out. I hope this gives you guys some great ideas, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.